Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to another update video. Yes, this is in an entirely different location this week. New York. And next week's will be too, because I'll be at the ranch next Wednesday on the 4th. So yeah, 2 update videos in a row will be featured right in New York. Well, anyway, this update video, which yes, while I am waiting for this video to upload, this is probably going to be the only video that goes up tonight. So don't be surprised if this video, the update video, goes up the day after, because this is probably going to take a while to upload. Anyway, point is, yes, today it is Wednesday, July 28th, 2021. So guys, first off, yes, today is Saturday Story's 3rd anniversary. I really just don't feel like making a video right now for that, but it's at least a good thing I mentioned it. Now, let me just inform you all, this update video will only be based off of, well, what you can expect for this week in regards to backyard videos and stuff. And I don't know, maybe another thing, maybe. So, let me explain. Basically, you probably saw today's backyard videos. If you heard me say the time in both of those videos, those were filmed in the morning of today. But they weren't uploaded till like afternoon because they took forever to upload. Alright. Now, tomorrow's backyard videos, I don't know if I told you all of this in the Sunday vlog. If I didn't, then tomorrow's 2 backyard videos will be the early morning episodes for that part of the trip. You know, I'm really destined to make an early morning episode of The Ranch. I've never ever done that before. This year could finally be my chance. Anyway, Friday's episodes will be filmed in the afternoon of this said location again. Saturday's episodes of Backyard Videos will be filmed at night, just in time for it to turn into August. And lastly but not least, August 1st episodes on Sunday will be done in the evening. So that's cool. Remember, 2 episodes per day, just like today. So, I also want to explain the ranch, since by the next update video, I would have already made 3 days worth of backyard videos already. I would have, by the next time the next week's update video goes up, I would have already made the 800th episode. So, yeah. Although actually, I probably should have just saved that to next week's update video, since they'll literally be uploaded the day after that video. I also want to explain one more thing. You guys remember that familiar location? You know, the one I recreated next to the Buffalo House in Minecraft? And the one we just recently rewatched in the New York Show 2019 rewatch video? Yeah, that's tomorrow. Literally tomorrow on day 2. That never happens. Well, prepare to see another vlog based off of that once again tomorrow, Thursday the 29th, which is the exact same day as we did in 2019. Oh boy, history is really repeating itself now. Just like how we're going to be going to the ranch on the exact same day as 2019. My God, it feels like the 2019 trip all over again. No, not really. It's just those 2 things that are exactly the same. Yeah, that's really it. Just those 2 things I just mentioned. Those are the only 2 things that are exactly the same from, that very trip. Yes, I go to the ranch on Monday the 2nd of August. Which in 2019, that day was a Friday, and was also the day I went there in 2019. Alright, what else do I have to explain to you? So I already explained what time of days backyard videos will be coming out for, like what time of days each episode will be filmed in for all 5 days in Buffalo. I'll again explain next week at the ranch what time of days those episodes would be. Since those are coming out literally the day after next week's update video comes out, since they'll all be out on the 5th alongside the hide and seek episodes. Oh yeah, I get to start the hide and seek series again in like 5 or 6 days. That's exciting. Very exciting. I want to say 5 or 6 more days and I get to start that up again. That's going to be very, very exciting. So hey, that's in like 5 or 6 days. I think it might be the day I go to the ranch actually, or maybe even the day after. Because I remember, we're only there for like 3.5 days. So yeah, we're only there for like 3.5 days, as opposed to the usual 6. Which honestly, that was getting a little bit too long. Like, why do we want to stay at the ranch that long? No, I'm honestly glad we shortened it down to 3.5. Almost 4 days total. Because my god, it was getting a bit too long. Alright, but the point is, that's next week though. Until then, like, I don't even know. That's literally all I have to say to you. That is literally all I have to say to you. Besides the fact that today is the Saturday Story's 3rd anniversary. Yeah, that I was gonna make a full-on video. Do I have to do it in this video, don't I? I'll do it. I'll do it so you guys won't comment saying I forgot, okay? I'll do it. I'll do it just to say that I didn't forget. Oh yeah, I'm not actually using my webcam camera. Nope, I'm actually using the laptop's webcam camera. That's because I left my camera at home. Why? Do I really need it?
What did they give up?
Not really.
What did they have to trade?
Literally, there's no point in having my actual camera, my live camera with me, so yeah, I don't have it, so.
Is it Big Brother time?
There we freaking go.
Yep, it is.
Easy in there, Mikey.
Yeah. I'm only doing this just so you guys won't comment saying I forgot. Yep, that's literally it. Where the heck is the playlist? Where is it? Where the heck is the playlist? Oh, there's the playlist. Let's watch the first episode. I would have watched the first 3, but we would be here forever. Alright, I'm gonna need this. Alright, just waiting for this to load up. Should be any minute. Okay, I loaded up. The top of the pump house. One of my favorite places when I was in the old backyard about a few years ago. Now, as many of you know, this place, this very room, was where all my stuff was whenever I didn't need it at that current moment. So, you're probably thinking, what made me do this? Well, I just wanted to make this video just to let you know why I decided to do this. So, this is the history of the top of the pump house. Right, back when I used to do this segment. I don't do it anymore just because it takes forever to make. On November 7th, 2016, I decided to make a really cool idea and start my backyard videos up at the top of this room. Yeah, in this very room, I decided to, you know what? start backyard videos and end backyard videos up in this little room right here. And then it became a reality. And it completely changed everything. And yeah, this room went through many designs throughout the years that I was in it. And here is obviously again, I was here, yeah. So yeah, throughout this video again, I'm obviously calling it the history of the top of the pump house. So obviously you're gonna see what the pump house started off with and what it ended off with throughout the years. Let's do this. This is phase 1 of the pump house, even though it is quite blurry because I'm actually using the first ever video I showed it in to actually do this first phase. Yeah, cause it was like literally the only video that actually captured the first phase. And you're probably also wondering, why was this the first Saturday story? Well, believe it or not, I don't know. Couldn't think of anything interesting. In fact, I didn't even think that this type of video would even become a series at all. Because later on in the next month, it actually changed a bit. So basically, the top of the pump house actually looked pretty empty throughout its time. And it really was not much in here right after that. So as you can see by the little video here, obviously this is the first time I showcased the top of the pump house. And a little fun fact about it, I actually didn't even come up with the name with it yet. Yeah, funny enough, I didn't even come up with the name Top of the Pump House yet, because I literally just discovered it on that very day. No, I'm actually serious, I actually did discover this room on that very day that I filmed the video. Yeah, that's not a joke. That's actually still true. I'm impressed. But in reality, this room was a really cool first phase. I honestly just love it. It's just been an amazing thing for the first phase. And later on, it changed so much that I loved it. The second phase of the top of the pump house started on December 21st. The first phase was from November 7th to December 21st, 2016. And this phase went through a long time. Yep, as you can see, there's the little parts of the chairs right there. Let me get a better difference. See, right there. Yep, and I still have those chairs today. Those are still the exact same 2 chairs that I still have in the workshop. I'm not kidding, those are still the exact same 2 ones that I have in the chair, the workshop. That's serious. There's the second phase of the top of the pump house, and it lasted from this. By the way, we're not going to watch all 3 Saturday stories that were made on this day. No, we're only watching the first one. I want to make it clear, I want to show you how late it is. You guys are not going to believe this. Look at this, 11:15 at night. Thank God I just uploaded Legos Out in Summer. Yeah, there is no way. I'm uploading this tomorrow on the 29th. December 21st, 2016 to May 1st, 2017. That's a long time for the second phase, but it still really amazes me how he did this. It was just so cool having both of those chairs up there, and later on, those chairs kept staying up there pretty much all the way to the end. Yep, they never left after this. Which honestly, I've got to say, that's pretty amazing. Alright, the third phase of the top of the pump house, which honestly, I loved it. So, as you can see, everything was completely changed during that time, including the igloo being in a different spot, and deciding that I would put up a few towels there just to lead into the room and make it a little bit better. I honestly didn't mind the changes, honestly, because it was really cool how I did it, because I honestly just didn't know. I mean, later on I did put the igloo back in its normal spot, and a little fun fact, this phase went from May 1st to the 10th. I honestly just love this phase. It was something really cool. It's kind of unfortunate that it did last for a very short amount of time, aka 10 days. However, the phase was not gone completely. The next phase actually is just a little update to it. Alright, here is phase 4. Now, it's just a small little change to the
the room, and check it out. This is where the project table made its first appearance, as this is phase 4 to the top of the pump house.
Yeah, as you know, I don't have that table anymore because it got destroyed in 2018.
And as you can see, when we were up here during this time, we actually considered, when I was thinking of something to do, I was thinking, I always thought, you know what, we're always doing our projects at the below this room, and I thought, you know what, why don't I just get a cool project table and make a little project table. And there you go, that's where this came from. This phase lasted from May 10th to the July 13th, 2017. Sorry about that. But honestly, this phase was just amazing. Just so amazing how I did this. Phase 5 of the top of the pump house, which honestly, during its time, first of all, as you can tell, when phase 5 came into play, the project table was right where you just saw it, literally right there. And this was actually before I completely designed it, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like after I designed it, right now to be exact. So yeah, there was the project table that was not there. But yeah, here's what it looked like after I redesigned it on that day, July 13th. Alright, so this is what it looked like right after I redesigned it. So, whoa. It was really cool how I redesigned it. It was just a cool way. The reason why I put the project table there back then was because I had nowhere else to put it. This phase lasted from July 13th all the way to September 7th. It was still really cool how I made it. I honestly would have kept this phase, but it always has to change eventually. And as you know, I changed it every few months.
Yeah, you can't have the same design forever. That would be boring.
Phase 6 of the top of the pump house actually was the biggest ever because first of all, the whole room was empty. So yeah, the whole room was empty. This lasted from September 7th to the 11th due to Hurricane Irma coming in the next few days right after this room was empty. Yeah.
And by the way, that was the exact same reason why I had to take down the 7 Days of Fun 2017 on day 7 rather than ending it literally the day after. The only other time I had to take down a 7 Days of Fun on its final day was this year's on July 27th. But this reason was because I was on my way to New York that day. Which, as of recording this, that would only be yesterday.
Due to that coming in the next few days, right after this room was empty, yeah, we had to quite literally empty the whole room to make sure everything was safe. So yeah, again, we had to quite literally empty the whole room to make sure everything was safe before the hurricane happened. And I'm glad we did this because honestly, if we left it up here, everything would have gotten destroyed. Which, thank the Lord, nothing got destroyed because nothing was up here. Phase 7 of the top of the pump house was basically where the room became pretty much empty again. So yeah, this is basically how it is. So yeah, basically the room became empty again for only about 2 weeks. So basically, September 11 to the 25th, the room was pretty much back to the way it was from the very beginning. Yeah, for only 2 weeks. And then it became back to its normal form again from July, but that didn't last long. But really, that's only what it was like for like 2 weeks. Kind of unfortunate, because I really liked this face. It was just really cool. I just really loved this phase. Phase 8 of the top of the pump house was basically pretty much the same thing as phase 2, except for those 2 bins right there. Despite, I honestly loved it. This lasted from October 2nd, 2017 to January 8th, 2018. That's a pretty long time. I honestly just really loved it. And boxes were added later on. Let me show you. By the way, this was fake.
Yep. That actually did happen.
Phase 9. What I was still talking about. Phase 9 of the top of the pump house. This lasted from January 8th to January 30th. Not really long, but still really cool. And I honestly just loved it. It was just really cool. And yeah, that was the episode where we remodeled it for Phase 9. Phase 10, which was from January 30th all the way to April 1st. That's a long time. 2 months. Now this phase, we had the project table literally right next to the igloo, instead of the igloo being in a different place. I honestly loved it. And it was the episode where we brought back the project table. Honestly, I loved it. Still wish I could do it if I was still there. No! Well, I still have the project table to this day, just not the room. Phase 11. This lasted from April 1st.
Yeah, not anymore. The project table is dead. At least that one is. Honestly, I like the project table I have now. It is much, much better than that one.
First to make.
You know why? Because it's actually stable.
Exactly 1 month. There wasn't really much. Almost the same design as the January one. And finally the end, Phase 12.
And that was the first episode. I don't need to go any longer because... Wait a minute! I said in the summer announcements video, I would go through the first 3 episodes. Let's do it.
The new
There we go.
backyard. Something I didn't really want to discover till a few years later, but unfortunately it happened a few years early. Which honestly I'm fine with, honestly just because really some things have to end eventually, and then you have to discover something new, which is what I
cannot
did
believe-
2 months ago. This is how I discovered the new backyard. On May 24th, 2018, I had
Okay, it wasn't letting me pause at all. I want to say that, yes, I still cannot believe I am still in that backyard today. Yep, I am still in that exact same backyard today, the one that we've been seeing just for the last few seconds. The new backyard. I'm still there today, and won't be leaving anytime soon.
to unfortunately say goodbye to the backyard that I always loved throughout history and move on to a new one. Which I honestly wasn't happy about. I honestly wanted to stay in the old backyard as long as I could have. But honestly, things couldn't last forever, and it was just, I honestly just don't know what I had to do. It just really just made me unfortunate. However, I did find something new later on, which is what you're seeing today, the new backyard.
Still crazy that I'm still in it today.
Now, as you may have also known, so basically, yeah, I had to quite literally kill off the old backyard and move on to this one, which you're seeing right now, which is, this video is obviously me showcasing.
Wait, hold on, we got some comments.
it. I really liked it. It was honestly something really cool. But when you have to move on from something you loved and then move on to something a little boringer, which honestly, at first, I did find this backyard a little boring, but later on, I thought, you know what, this backyard's actually really cool. I really like it.
And I still use it for tons of things now. That backyard is still an absolute beauty, including the other one that I had to move on from. That will always remain a memory of mine. The old backyard will also always remain a memory of mine. I'll definitely go back in the future and watch some older episodes in that other backyard. But as for my current one, which is what this footage is of, I still have a lot more I want to do with this.
But at the very beginning, I honestly just didn't know what to expect for. But many things came up and still come to this day.
Yeah, you can clearly see this is the same one that we're still in today.
Despite me thinking of this, it was actually really cool how I did this, and yeah, again, later on, things came, such as my workshop. Actually, let me show you. So yeah, this was my workshop right as I was about to move on this. And yeah, this was obviously what it looked like before I created it, of course. And yeah, I had to replace this with this, which honestly I was pretty surprised about. I honestly didn't know if I just didn't know if I was actually gonna do it anymore. And honestly, I really like the new workshop, honestly.
Oh my god, it is so much better. It is so much better than the top of the pump house, at least now that we've extended its length. I still absolutely do love the top of the pump house though. That place will always still remain a gem of mine, a memory. But honestly, I'm already liking the workshop a lot more now though, than I used to.
At least this
Because I actually got to build it myself.
time I actually got.
Which, unlike the top of the pump house, it was already there. Someone else built it years and years ago. Well, unlike the workshop, I actually got to build it out of my own creativity. That's why I appreciate the workshop more now.
Got creative and actually built something by myself.
Well, not really.
So basically,
Well, no. My dad helped me, obviously. There's no way I would be able to build that entire workshop that you see today just by myself. No, honestly, my dad helped me out throughout the years. And we continued to make the workshop look awesome.
got to re-customize my own workshop all over again, which honestly I thought really awesome. I really thought that was really awesome. It really was something really cool. Now it looks like this. This is what it looks like now. And
Well, 3 years ago it did. A lot of things can change in 3 years. It looks so much better now.
still very proud with it. Well, actually, you saw it a few days ago. It looks a little damaged, but not too damaged now. I've actually worked in the backyard a few hours ago, and I'm working on the workshop. It looks really cool. I can't wait to show you guys tomorrow in part 3 of episode 299. It honestly couldn't get any better because, let's face it, I finally got to create my own workshop without actually building anything in the first place.
Yeah, we'll see how that changed later on. 3 years later, it changed into something entirely different.
Because first off, when I discovered the top of the pump house, there were already two things up there. The igloo and the little cushion.
Yeah, that was the one thing that made it a little weird.
When I discovered the new one, there was absolutely nothing, which gave me the chance to actually create something.
And that's why I appreciate the workshop a lot more now.
And yes, I am using the video on creating my workshop to actually show you. So yeah, it was really cool. So honestly, as time went on, I kept recreating stuff like my hole, which looks like this.
Yeah, there's a reason I don't have my hole anymore. It keeps getting buried. And no, I'm not the one who's doing it. I don't know how my hole keeps getting buried. I need to find a way. Dude, I definitely need to make another hole soon. I can't do it right now since I'm not at home. But definitely once I get back.
But was later on added with the blocks I used to have in the old backyard.
Which are all gone now.
Fun fact, they're actually still there. Later on, I wanted to add a new area, which was the tripod area. I still use this area to this day, even when I'm not filming on the tripod. This
Yep, and I still use this area today.
is what it looked like. So yeah, it pretty much looked like this right after I decided to test it.
The only difference is that the fence has changed now.
And honestly, I feel very appreciative. I'm honestly very impressed with what I did with this area. Again, I am going to still use it to this day, no matter what. I love the area as much as you guys did. However, later on in the month, as you know, we were recently in New York, but not there anymore.
Which now I am again.
As of 3 days ago. And, yeah, so we just had to go there for about 2 weeks and have some fun. And, it made me switch locations, which is the location you're seeing right now in the video. Well, I'm not even in that location anymore. About 2 weeks ago I was. So,
Yeah. Well, now my present day self as of filming this is. Still feels great to be back after 2 years.
yeah, this had to be my backyard for 2 weeks. Well, one of the weeks. The other half week 2 to be exact. Well, this is week 1 right here. Week 2 is... So yeah, the second week was at the ranch.
Yep, I'll be there on Monday the 2nd.
And, yeah, that, was here, obviously, at the ranch, where I actually just was, literally, like, 4 days ago. I'm not even kidding. 4 days ago. And, it's actually kind of funny because, it's like half of this week we were at the ranch and the other half we were here at home. That's very funny. So yeah, we spent our second week at the ranch. Not bad. Had a lot of fun doing this. My most funnest part was, of course, doing this. Yes, hide and seek. Did free videos of it because it was too much fun.
Oh, you bet hide and seek is back in around like 5 days or so. At least when I record it. You won't be seeing the videos until August 5th, because that's when I leave the ranch.
I cannot wait for next year's. Fast forward 2 weeks later and we come back to the backyard. And I pretty much find out with this. With the project table being destroyed. However, I actually found out literally today that only the left part of it is broken actually. And the right part is actually still intact. Just a tiny bit of that part cut off. However, the right part is actually still intact, meaning I can still only use the right part and not the left part. However, again, as I said in that video, I will be getting a brand new project table very soon in the near future. So you will be seeing this project table a few more times until we replace it, which will probably be in the next few weeks. Definitely sometime in August.
Nope, it was actually in October of that year.
Which I was very unfortunate that we had to see the project table be destroyed. Again, the right part of it is actually still intact, which I just said. But it was just, I honestly just don't know. And as you know, it got destroyed because so much rain poured onto it while we were gone in New York. The spiding I didn't even know. But yeah, you'll see this project table a few more times in the next few parts of episode 299 of Backyard Videos. As I will be doing a project only, unfortunately, on the right side. The left side is no longer in use. So yeah, now we're back in this backyard where we are to this today. In the later time, earlier today, I used the, I went back to the workshop and, hold on, let me get out of the screen. Let me move my screen. But, as of...
my whole home screen background. Kinda glad I got rid of it. I like the one I have now.
Today, we are now, well, yeah, I went back to the workshop a little bit earlier today. And I worked on a few things, not much, but I did definitely work on a few things in the workshop, so you're gonna be seeing that tomorrow. But yeah, the new backyard's great. It's just amazing. Still unfortunate that I had to kill off the old one so early. But it's still really cool. And you're definitely going to see a lot more in the new backyard in the near future. So that's how I discovered the new backyard. It honestly was just something really, really, really amazing. I honestly will continue to do stuff in the new backyard in the future. As for the old one, obviously, as you know, I am not there anymore, so... again, if you still don't even know about that, then yeah, I'm not there. That's if you still don't know about it.
And will never return.
And
because there's no point.
Yeah, it's honestly just, wow. Anyway, that's how I discovered the new backyard. Obviously, because I left the old one, and I created many new things throughout the months, and has more to come in the near future. P.S. There's actually going to be a new event tomorrow, so please look out for that. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I want to surprise you, and I'm not going to tell you how long it's going to be because again, I want to surprise you. So yeah, the main purpose of part 3 of episode 299 is tomorrow's event. But before we could do that, the lawn has to be mowed, and that will be done tomorrow. But wow, it's actually raining outside. But yeah, I'll see you guys later for another video. And yeah, guys, goodbye.
We got one more to do.
My amazing time machine. Something I created with my dad, and I gotta say, it was very amazing.
God, I missed that thing.
So in this video, I'm going to explain to you guys why I created the time machine. On January 13th, 2017, I asked my dad that I wanted to build something new for the backyard. So he asked, what do you want to build? And then I responded back with, you know what, I've always wanted to build a time machine so I could time travel. And then he said, you know what, that's actually not a bad idea. Let's get building. And then it all began. The time machine was put into this spot on January 17th, 2017, and building begun. Now, it obviously wasn't complete at first, because obviously it was a huge project, as you can tell from the later
Oh, it was a huge project.
months. Now for 2 months, it looked exactly the same, January and February. However, on March 19th, 2017, it got a huge update. Now the first things that were in was, first of all, the platform floor. That was completely made by my dad, completely all by himself. I asked, where did you get the platform? And then he said, I built it.
Yep, it was not a joke. He actually built the platform.
And then me and him worked together to build the walls, which you can see right there. And we also worked together to build the roof.
Yep, that's all true. I
However,
remember that entirely.
we realized 2 months later, it needs to be updated. So again, like I said before, on March 19th, 2017, it got a huge update where we painted the white parts with camouflage colors. And we also put some moss on it. Now a little fun fact about this, the time machine actually was never complete. Yeah, we never completed it. The last time we ever updated it was literally March 19th, 2017. Ever since then, we never updated it ever since, because we forgot about it. However, I did ask my dad again, when are we gonna do building on the time machine again? He said, yes, we'll definitely do it, but then he forgot probably a few months later, and we still never did it. So that was a waste. The March 19th update turned into this.
Now, I gotta admit, that was probably the best the time machine ever looked. In fact, that curtain right there, I still have today as the entrance to the workshop. In fact, I still have one of the windows from it.
As I said before with the camouflage. And the curtain was also added. A little fun fact, I still have the curtain to this day.
Yep, and is again the entrance to the workshop now.
Because I brought it with me to the new backyard. And here is what it looked like right after we built it a day later. This was on March 20th, 2017 when I was showcasing the new part of the update. And again, like I said before, we never updated it after this because we completely forgot to do so. And I always wondered, and what I was thinking right as we were starting to build was, what I was thinking we were doing when we were starting to build, however, is use my tablet as the time travel device. Like, I would use my tablet, choose a certain time, and then boom, time travel back to it. However, unfortunately, as cool as it may sound, it actually never worked.
Well, of course, since you can't time travel.
Because the time machine was never complete. The back was also supposed to get an update, but it actually never really got an update, which is kind of unfortunate. We were originally supposed to do the insides, but again, we completely forgot in advance.
There were tons of things we were meant to do to the time machine that never happened. It would have been so cool to show you.
However, fast forward a few months later, and then this happened to it. Yeah, it tipped over because of Hurricane Irma.
And yep, I have an entire episode where that's actually seen.
Stupid hurricane. But don't worry, about a week later, we got it back up to its normal statement, aka its normal spot. Like this.
Yep, that's all right.
We put it back up on September 18th, 2017, because we finally got the weight up to get it up again. Woo! Which I honestly thought was amazing. However, after the time machine was tipped in Hurricane Irma, there were some holes. This one to be exact. But that was not just the one and only hole. No, there were like 2 or 3 more. Let's see if I can get a shot of them so I can show you what I mean. See right down there, and right here. Oh wait, and right here. Wait, here's the last one, right here. Heck, even on the other side there was. Well, that was at the very end. Actually, a few months before that. It was also on the other side. Right here. And here. Oh, and here. Much closer different. Yeah, those were the holes. It was also decorated for many events, such as Valentine's Day. I honestly loved decorating the outside of the time machine because it really felt very good. So, back in October 2017, I found boxes in the time machine, which actually felt weird to me. And, yeah. Now, the reason why the boxes were in here were mainly due to the fact that I honestly just couldn't remember why I even put them in there in the first place. This was on October 18th, 2017 that I did this. And, yeah, this is basically what happened. I threw them out of the time machine just to build towers. And after that, I think I put them back in the, time machine again in November. Hold on, let's see if I did. However, back in November, I actually was wrong. There actually was a construction site there for absolutely no freaking reason. But no, in reality, I don't know why I put it in there. And see, look, more boxes, as I said earlier. But in reality, I honestly don't know why the boxes were there in the first place, along with the construction. I just put it there for fun. However, it did not last forever. Fast forward to May 30th, 2018, and it was the last day that the time machine ever standed. Because the next day, on May 31st, 2018, this happened. The time machine was gone forever and was no longer there as of the 31st of May. It was really unfortunate that it had to go away after over a year. And this is where all the pieces were. This is where all the remaining parts were once the time machine was permanently torn down on May 31st, 2018. Main reason that it was torn down is because it was way too big to move over to the new house. There was no way we could get it over there, unless we had a huge moving truck. However, it was way too big to lift and getting over to that. So unfortunately, the only way we could ever do anything with it was to unfortunately tear it down permanently. However, I still have the curtain door from it, one of the pieces of wood from it, and the yellow door that was the yellow window that was under the sliding wood one. And that pretty much wraps up the time machine. Honestly, the time machine didn't really offer much now. I mean, it was a great...
All of those pieces I still have today.
Anyway, I wish I was able to time travel with it, but unfortunately that never came a reality and it got torn down permanently. You know what I wish I could have done? I wish I could go time travel back to that day by creating a new time machine, going back to May 31st right before we take it down, and grabbing the old one and teleport back with that one, and put that one in the new backyard without having to lift it. That's what I could have done literally right now if I could have.
Dude, that would have been so awesome. I so would have done that if that was actually true. Seriously. I still miss that thing. But we didn't really do much with it. Yes, it was sad at first that we had to tear it down, but what else were we supposed to do with it? We couldn't just leave it there. Because I wouldn't want to have anyone else take possession of one of my coolest projects. So yeah, it had to be destroyed. But honestly, hey, just be glad I still have the curtain to it. I still have the curtain door to that thing for the workshop now. I still have the yellow window, and I still have one of the pieces of wood to it. That's all still in the workshop. You probably noticed in the background of my face cam. in the workshop. You might see that stuff in the background. That's still there from the time machine, which means you can tell I still actually cared about it. So yeah, at least I still know something about it.
But guys, that's how the time
Because I'm the same one who still created that thing. Yep, I am still the exact same person who created this time machine.
machine was created, and I did go through a few things. It did get damaged a few times. It did have a few construction sites that helped build it more, but that never happened. And yeah, it was even tipped over, as you were seeing mentioned before. But anyway, that's how I created the time machine, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please remember to like it and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for a Sunday vlog, backyard videos, and possibly another story video on the backyard. Alright guys, goodbye! And let me know if you actually want me to make this a series where I tell you interesting stories about my...
Did eventually become a series, which is what we were celebrating today. In fact, oh god, it's almost midnight. Thank God I'm able to find my mouse cursor very easily since I'm not plugged into the monitor anymore and I don't have to look at two separate screens. It's currently 11:48. Yeah, I need to go to sleep because I actually got to get up early tomorrow. And actually, you're probably seeing this tomorrow, actually. So, alright everyone. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching the update video. Tune into next week's on Wednesday, August 4th, and I'll see you guys then. I'll see you tomorrow for 2 backyard videos, which are 2 early morning episodes. And then, lastly, a familiar location vlog. Yep, the one back at that familiar location, the one I recreated on Legos Island next to the Buffalo House. The one also where the July 29th item booth is. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Just in real life, though. Yep, time to go back to that place again. Alright, everybody. See you later. In next week's update video, I will explain how all the ranch videos will go down. That is all. And also, once again, happy 3rd anniversary to the Saturday Stories series.